At the beginning of the story, we see a handsome boy named Kulin who always has to keep his face hidden. If any girl sees him, she becomes madly in love with him. Kulin doesn't like this at all. He spends most of his time at home. He is the youngest son of the Moss family, a family blessed by God with extraordinary good looks. Kulin explains that his older brother, Okis, is also extremely handsome and very famous on social media, with millions of followers. Obviously, this is because of his looks, and thousands of girls are crazy about him. Okis even helps people get dates. Their father, Parker, is known as the Heartbreaker. In his youth, he dated 1,200 girls. Okis wants to break his father's record. But everything changed when Parker met Jessica. Jessica was also very beautiful, and her small mustache made her even more attractive. Kulin studies at home. However, whenever he goes out to buy something, girls line up behind him because of his charm. They become so crazy that their noses start bleeding. Kulin's family has accepted that they are all extremely good-looking and that God made them this way. But Kulin doesn't like it at all. Every girl wants him only because of his handsome looks. He wants a life partner who loves him sincerely, not because of his charm. That's why he almost completely stopped going outside. He is very intelligent in studies, yet he doesn't want to go to school, and because of that, he has no friends. His mom, dad, and Okis worry that he might go crazy due to loneliness. Some of his actions are strange. He talks to fish and plays games by himself. Okis suggests buying him a cat, but his mother says it's not that simple. They need to send him outside so he can learn to socialize and live a normal life. Parker wonders what they can do to make him go out. He has asked Kulin many times to participate in national sports, but he always refuses. Okis even tried setting him up with his girlfriend's sister, but Kulin didn't pay attention. Okis asks Kulin what kind of girl he wants. Kulin replies that she should be cute, kind, and intelligent, and most importantly, she should have no interest in him. Okis gets confused. How can he set him up with a girl who doesn't even like him? Since nothing works, Jessica decides to stage a drama. They will pretend they can no longer afford his homeschooling due to financial problems. That night, when Kulin comes out to drink water, Okis tells his parents to start acting according to the plan. His parents pretend to worry about their financial condition. They say they no longer have enough money to afford Kulin's homeschooling. The last semester is very expensive, and they might have to sell their belongings. They even say they'll have to survive on simple meals like fried eggs and lentils with bread. Hearing this, Kulin starts crying. Okis feels relieved that their plan worked. The next day, Kulin tearfully apologizes to his parents and says they don't need to sell anything because he will go to school for his final semester. Okis is very happy. However, Kulin adds that he will only attend a boys' school so he won't face problems with girls. Jessica and the whole family agree, happy that at least he will make friends. The day arrives for Kulin to go to school. Okis drops him off on his bike. Okis tells him to remove his helmet, but Kulin refuses. He plans to wear the helmet all day so no one can see his face. However, when he enters Horidson High School, the plan backfires. Because he's wearing a helmet, everyone stares at him. He sits on the last bench to avoid attention. When the teacher enters and sees a student wearing a helmet, she is shocked. She asks his name. Because of the helmet, she can't hear him properly and asks him to remove it. He refuses. The teacher angrily says this is a school, not a racing ground. He slowly removes his helmet, and the next scene shows an ambulance. The teacher went crazy after seeing his face, smiling uncontrollably, so she is rushed to the hospital. The principal is worried and asks what happened. Students explain that the new boy is so handsome the teacher couldn't handle his charm. Kulin overhears this and tries to escape. But a boy named CD trips him. CD leads the school's bully group and harasses new students. CD and his two friends take Kulin to the storeroom. When Kulin regains consciousness, he sees three boys who call themselves a superhero team named Three Torque. The leader is CD and the other members are Erno and Dicky. CD explains they need to send a message to a girl named Amanda, the model girl of BBM school. Every year there's a prom, and they send invitations, but they never get permission to attend. Because of this, they've failed to graduate for 3 years. CD desperately wants to attend prom. He wants Kulin to take their proposal to Amanda because she only accepts prom proposals from handsome boys. Prom is a dance party held at the end of the year. Another boy named Kibo is also there. He is kind-hearted but is bullied by CD, CD orders Kibo to help Kulin and threatens him, damaging Kulin's helmet as a warning. Kulin decides to complain to the principal, but the principal sides with CD, revealing CD is his youngest son, who has been failing for 3 years because of the prom issue. The principal threatens Kulin to complete the task, or he will fail him. That evening, Kibo brings Kulin a cold drink and says they must complete the task to pass. Kulin agrees and feels happy that he has finally found a true friend. The next day, they go to BBM, Brain Beauty Manor School, an all-girls school. The girls can smell that a boy has entered. They gather outside and assume Kulin is ugly because he's wearing a helmet. They demand he remove it. When Kulin slowly removes his helmet, his charm spreads everywhere. The girls are so overwhelmed that the next scene shows a massive explosion. News reports say girls went crazy after seeing his face. Their noses started bleeding. No one has ever seen such a handsome boy. Some even lost consciousness. He becomes known as too handsome to handle. Amanda sees the news in her van during a shoot. She is the most beautiful girl of BBM school and a model. Seeing Kulin, she smiles. She believes she has finally found someone who can match her beauty and decides she will get him no matter what. Because the news spreads everywhere, girls gather outside the Moss family home. Parker takes advantage of the situation and sets up a ticket counter, charging 25,000 rupees for house tours and Kulin's childhood memories. Jessica also gives tours, and the family makes a lot of profit. Meanwhile, Kulin sees on the news that his family is exploiting him. He feels heartbroken, believing they deliberately sent him to school for this reason. The girls recognize him, and he runs away, eventually reaching the rooftop of a house. He is disappointed, confused, and heartbroken. He doesn't understand what he should do now. At that moment, he receives a video call from his brother, Okus. But when he sees that there is still a crowd of girls at home, he says, "Brother, you betrayed me," and cuts the call. Kulin decides to end his life. He is about to jump from the rooftop when a girl named Ray, who is present there, stops him. She says, "If you want to die, then die, but don't die in front of me." Kulin is shocked because his charm has no effect on Ray. Unlike the other girls, she is not crazy about him. He asks her, "Don't you feel love when you look at me?" Ray thinks he is crazy and walks away, but Kulin's heart starts beating fast. For the first time, he feels what true love is. However, Ray has no such feelings for him. Kulin then goes to Kibo's house, where Kibo's grandmother welcomes him warmly and tells him he can stay as long as he wants. The next day, Kulin and Kibo go to BBM school. They meet Amanda and give her the proposal file that Sid had sent. Amanda pretends that she is not impressed by Kulin's good looks, but as soon as he leaves, blood starts coming from her nose. Kulin sees his crush, Riri, but other girls surround him and he cannot meet her. One day, Kibo and Kulin are sitting together and talking. They have now become good friends. Kibo takes Kulin along to play because he likes a girl who works at a shop, and that girl turns out to be Ray. Kibo introduces Kulin to Ray, and Kulin realizes that Kibo already likes her. The two of them seem quite close. They often sit together for dinner and get lost in conversation. Kulin starts feeling jealous. He cannot sleep at night. He thinks his brother Okus is a love guru and might be able to help him. So Kulin schedules a meeting with him through a love website. The next day, they meet at a restaurant. Okus is very happy. Tears of joy fill his eyes. He had always wanted to give his brother love advice. Kulin's mom and dad are also present there. Kulin forgives them, realizing that if they had not sent him to school, he would never have met Riri. While shopping at the mall, Okus continues giving him tips on how to impress girls. Kulin realizes that if he can distance Kibo from Ray, maybe he can make Ray his. One day, Amanda comes to their school. All the boys go crazy seeing her. She gives Kulin an invitation to her birthday party and even gifts him an iPhone. Later, Riri, Kibo, and Kulin go to a club. Kulin tries to bond with Ray, but she ignores him and spends her time singing and talking only with Kibo. Seeing this makes Kulin jealous. When Kibo is not around, Kulin asks Ray if she likes Kibo. She denies it. But when Kulin tells her that Kibo loves Amanda, Ray's face falls, clearly showing that she secretly has feelings for Kibo. Kulin becomes very sad and makes a plan. He calls Amanda and asks for her help. She agrees. The next day, Amanda's party is shown. Many people are present. Kulin arrives there with Kibo. Amanda welcomes them, And according to Kulin's plan, she pretends that she loves Kibo and takes him aside privately. Ray also arrives at the party. She sees Amanda and Kibo kissing. Her heart breaks and she runs outside. Kulin follows her. Ray says, "I thought Kibo was different. I thought he didn't judge girls by their looks. But all boys are the same." Kulin takes advantage of the moment and says, "I'm not like that," and confesses his love to her. But Ray replies, "I never saw you as more than a friend." She leaves. Kulin is heartbroken. He betrayed his friend, yet he still didn't get his love. Meanwhile, CD is also at the party with his friends. He sees Amanda and Kibo kissing. He doesn't like it because he himself loves Amanda. He catches Kibo in the parking lot and beats him up. Kulin sees everything but doesn't have the courage to intervene. Kulin takes Kibo home, where his grandmother treats his wounds. From his collection, Kibo gives Kulin a card that Kulin had wanted since childhood. Kulin realizes that Kibo considers him his best friend, and he feels terrible for what he has done. He confesses the truth. Kibo angrily says, "If you had told me earlier that you liked Ray, I would never have gone near her. But the mistake was mine. I considered you my best friend. From today onward, never show me your face again." He tells Kulin to leave. Now Kulin has lost his friend as well. After many days, Kulin returns home. His brother, mom, and dad are happy to see him, but he doesn't speak to them and goes straight to his room. He goes to school but doesn't have the courage to face Kibo. Hatred has grown between them. They often see each other but do not speak. Kibo is very angry with him. Kulin had started to seem lost and distant. Seeing his loneliness, his parents were very worried. His mother comes into his room and says, "Your fish is still alive, and we were never bankrupt. We were just pretending." Kulin asks in shock, "Why did you do that?" His mother explains, "Every parent wants their child to be happy and make good friends with whom they can share their feelings." Kulin begins to remember the moments he spent with Kibo. He realizes that Kibo was always there for him, in good times and in bad. Kulin becomes very emotional. His mother says, "If you were already happy with your family, then we won't force you to go out anymore." Kulin hugs her. The next day, Kulin goes to Ryer to fix his mistake. He tells her the whole truth, because after that day, Ryer and Kibo hadn't met either. Kulin then goes to Kibo's house, but Kibo doesn't want to talk to him. Kulin says, "Why are you punishing Ryer because of me? She loves you." Kibo replies, "I love her too, but I can never tell her because I'm too scared." Kulin asks, "How do you really feel about her?" Kibo starts talking about Ryer's qualities and says, "She is the most unique girl in the world and I love her very much. Her smile is unlike anyone else's." Just then, Kulin shows him his phone. On a video call, Ryer has been listening to everything. After that, Kibo and Ryer get back into a relationship. Kulin and Kibo also become good friends again. A few days later, it's the high school dance party, prom night. Kulin arrives with Kibo. Kibo goes on a date with Ryer. The two of them put on earphones and start dancing together, looking extremely happy. Kulin goes to prom with Amanda. Because of Amanda and Kulin's charm and good looks, they win the titles of prom king and prom queen. But Kulin's heart still beats for Ryer, and he smiles when he looks at her. If you like the video, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more entertaining content.